Hello, everyone. Bront, CatHerder here. We're going to have some fun talking math. Yes, math. This is going to be a quick video. There are a lot of people that are upset over the Path event, the Dancer's Path. I am not one of them. I think the Dancer's Path is actually pretty nice. So just to give you my thoughts on this here, first of all, this is an event designed to be both a second Dungeon Divers, so keep that in mind. This is effectively a second Dungeon Divers, and this is an event designed to also be the Summon Rush. So the points they're giving are the equivalent of the Summon Rush, plus the event equivalent of the Dungeon Divers, combined, allowing you to basically choose how you want to attack this event. And I think that's actually pretty nice. So let's go take a look at the actual event and just talk about the points quickly so that you get an idea of what you're going to need to do to get the fragments you want. So first of all, one of the things that they did do is they gave us a free Sacred Shard equivalent worth of points. Now, I certainly would have rather they gave us the actual Sacred Shard. I think that would have been just a little bit better. But you know what? It's free stuff. And honestly, it kind of lets you choose what you want to do. So like on my free to play here, I'm probably going to go down here and grab this epic book. And I think honestly, I'm probably going to try to get down both sides here, at least to get these rewards down here without the fragments. I don't really care about the fragments on my free to play because I'm not going for Esme. But if I can get some of this stuff, this is good. Especially the 4-star chicken's good. Some of these coins are good. Again, the epic tome, I've been struggling to find epic tomes on my free to play. So there's some okay rewards in here. Pretty much standard stuff. Obviously, we've got these fragments here. So if you want to actually forge some of these materials and hope to get the cat's gaze, well, there's a full legendary and a full epic here as well, so that's kind of good. And there's a total of 25 fragments, in addition to 2 mythical books down here, or some legendary books, and of course the 2 souls, and the nice little heart path thingy right down here. So that's right, the avatar emblem, or border, or whatever you want to call it. So how expensive is this? Well, we can see here, we've got, you can see most of this behind me. So mystery shards, the only thing I'm hiding here, mystery shards are worth 3. You never care about mystery shards. And the rest of this stuff is pretty standard for these events. In fact, I have a spreadsheet that I pull up for these other events, and these are 100% the same as far as the shard summoning are concerned. And this is a doable and actually very reasonable Dungeon Divers event. So getting up to 64 points for a single item. You know, you run an event and you get 2 items, and you know, you can get varying points. You're going to get somewhere between 26 and 64 points. So if we kind of average these things together, that's, you know, 90-ish points. You're going to average about 40 to 45 points per run using these points here, because you're going to average more than 40 if you're getting 6-star stuff. You're going to average certainly less than 40 unless you get the 5-star mythical if you're going there. 40 seems like about right per run. Not unreasonable for what we're talking about for this event. But let's talk about the shards and the values of going down the different paths. So I have this wonderful spreadsheet right here. I will pop that up. That is right above me. Ooh, my finger disappears. Woo. So if you want to get 5 frags, 5 fragments gets you one of these 2 events, or one of these 2, you know, things here. So the rate up on rarity or the rate up on rank. And then you can go straight down one path, gets you these shards down here. And that is 1,700. That's 2 sacreds, or that's 2 or 3 sacreds, plus the free stuff you got without doing anything else. You want to go to the other side? That's another 1,650. Or 16,500, I should say. So another, you know, 3-ish, maybe 4 sacreds. You want to get this extra fragment right here. That is 5,000 points. So 3,000 here plus 2,000 for the keys. So that's 5,000 points to get 15. So there is almost no reason you shouldn't go for at least 15 fragments. And what does that entail? Well, if I were to pull 6 sacreds, which would be pretty standard for getting the minimum reward in most of these summoning rush events, that is 31,500 points. So that is just short of the 10 fragments and not that much shorter of the 15 fragments for pulling 6 sacreds and doing nothing else. Well, you're not going to be doing nothing else. You're going to be farming dungeons while this is gone. There's a Fire Knight event going on right now. There's still the event dungeon, which you probably should be farming if you're not farming Fire Knight. There's plenty of dungeons to farm, and it's worthwhile farming them right now. So you're going to get dungeon diver points. So if you only want to pull 6 sacreds, then that's going to get you 15 fragments very easily. So say you want to get all 25 fragments. Well, if you were to pull 10, that gets you a total of 49,500 points, including the free ones you already got, without running any dungeons, which means you are already really close to getting the 20 fragments, and getting the 25 with some dungeon diver farming probably isn't necessarily too hard. So I think that most, at least definitely endgame players, shouldn't have too much of a problem getting every fragment if they really want to. The other thing I think is worth noting is that the next Champ Chase is going to be probably a 2x Sacred event, because we've had 2x Ancients a couple weeks ago. We had 2x Voids last week. We're probably not doing 2x Primal for the Fusion event, because that would really suck. So more likely it's going to be 2x Sacreds, which means you're either going to want to be pulling Sacreds because you want to go for 2x. I don't like pulling Sacreds on 2x as much as I do like pulling them in some of these events to get fusions. Or you're going to be pulling other shards, or you're going to be doing something like fusing champions that you can fuse anyway, and using some of your points you're going to have in your vault to get extra points for that champion chase anyway. So keep that in mind when you're pulling shards. I'm probably planning on pulling all my sacreds on both of my accounts, and then pushing through dungeon divers, using some energy and farming the event dungeon, because I need to farm it anyway, and so I might as well farm it for good rewards, and the tree champion is worth the good rewards. Now, as far as other stuff is concerned, well, mythic books, quite nice. I know I actually need one on my alt, so that's one of the reasons I'm actually pulling all of my sacreds. I'm going to actually go for at least getting one of these mythical books. And honestly, if you can afford to get the soul, well, that's another 10 to 12 sacreds. Unfortunately, it's going to be at least 60,000 points. But once you get down here, it's only another 50,000 to get the second soul. So, you know, if you're going to whale out in this account, in this event, you know what? There are worse events to go hard on. The event is actually pretty good for the champs you can pull. So overall, I really like this event. I think it's actually very nice. I think there's a lot of people that are angry about it because they are considering only pulling shards as far as what you're going to get from this event. And they're missing out on the fact that if you move into some of the event dungeons, you not only can you possibly do this without even pulling a shard if you're going to put a lot of energy into some of the event dungeons, but the event dungeon rewards are suddenly extra fragments. It's one of the few ways you can actually farm that event dungeon and get fragments towards Esme. So hopefully you guys found this video interesting, educational. Are you guys going for Esme? Or are you just going to try to get what you can from here? Or maybe you're just pulling shards because you like the event. Let me know down in the comments. Hopefully you get something good. I will have my shard pull video dropping tomorrow as usual. I just wanted to get this thing up as quickly as possible today. You all have a wonderful day. And until the next video, I'm Bront CatHerder.